All uncut. It's your boy Dom. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. And this is another episode of Transfer Daily. Yeah, I'm still doing Transfer Daily, where I think this is episode 46, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, just want to keep the thing going. I've been very consistent even while I'm on vacation, and I want to just keep it going, man, because you see, the moment you start slacking off and missing days, you miss one day turn into two, three, and you're like, I don't feel like making no more videos. But we're gonna keep things going, man. Definitely. So, guys, I'm on transfermarkt.com, and I'm actually gonna check that website for a few rumors, and then I'm gonna check their confirmed deals. Like when the deals are done, they usually have the information and everything. So let's just take a look and get things started. So we have I've spoken about some of these before, but I'm gonna actually do them again. So we have Xavi Simons, RB Leipzig midfielder Xavi Simons is intent on leaving the Bundesliga club this summer and would prioritize a move to the Premier League if the opportunity arose. According to German publication Bild, Chelsea and Arsenal are both interested in signing the Netherlands international this summer. So that definitely won't be a bad signing for Chelsea or Arsenal, but he's going to cost some money because right now his market value is 70 million euros. So he's definitely going to cost a pretty penny for whoever club is willing to actually sign him. So definitely going to keep it going. Xavi Simons, highly rated player, but I've spoken about it before. Like, he just looks a bit temperamental to me, I don't know the player that well. That's just how, he comes off to me. So, Ilya Zabani, Bournemouth centre-back, Ukrainian international. It's been said that Tottenham are reportedly intent on bolstering their squad this summer, and that has led to apparent interest in Bournemouth defender Ilya Zabani. According to TalkSport, the 22-year-old Ukraine international has emerged as a serious transfer target for Spurs, who has also been linked heavily with a move to PSG in recent months, and that deal is currently stalled. So let's see how things work out for Ilya Zabani and, potential move to PSG or Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham's been making some really good signings. I think they have that confidence from the Europa League win and that the fact that they're going to be in the Champions League next season. New manager in Thomas Frank, and they're looking good. Not gonna lie, I can't talk a bunch of shit about Spurs anymore, and like a lot of us can't. You see, because these guys won a trophy, and that's what we used to say. Hey, Spurs ain't winning the trophies. Well, guess what? They won that elusive trophy. So we're gonna keep things moving, and we have a report here on Daisen Maeda, the Japanese international. It said that Brentford forward Johan Wissa is seemingly on the move this summer. As such, the Premier League side are on the hunt for a new goal scorer. And according to Team Talk, the Bees could turn to Celtic striker Daisen Maeda as a potential replacement if Wissa is sold to Newcastle or Tottenham. I did not see any links of Daisen Maeda to, no, that is not Daisen Maeda. That is actually Johan Wissa being linked to Tottenham or Newcastle. So, yeah, I'm actually trying to share out the live, so, yeah, kind of got a bit distracted there. So, big up everybody watching the stream, and if you're watching a live replay right now, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. That's about it in terms of the rumors on Transfer Marked, and I have some more for you as well, but just like to, touch on those ones. As many as possible. So, yeah. And I think I have another one. Let me see. All right. So this is, yeah, I think this one, let me see. Where is it? Yeah. All right. The headline actually was talking about Liverpool linked to Rodrigo, and AC Milan is interested in signing Rasmus Højlund. So yeah. So I just want to touch on some of the confirmed deals, some of the loan deals, the ones that fly under the radar, and I'm talking English Premier League and England to be exact. So let me just pull that up right now, and we'll touch on some of those. All right, so okay. So we have Joe Hugo, 21-year-old center forward, leaving Man United under 21 to join Barnet on loan. Barnet, they are in League Two. We have Alfie Dorrington, 20-year-old center back, English center back, leaving Tottenham under 21 to join Aberdeen in the Scottish Premiership on loan. So these youngsters are getting really good exposure in other leagues and in the lower leagues. So 22-year-old goalkeeper Josh Keeley, Irishman, leaves Tottenham under 21 to join Luton in League One. Luton Town, they're in League One. Remember, they got promoted to the Premier League. Seems like they got double relegation, and he's joined them on an undisclosed fee. And I did talk about Sean Longstaff, 27-year-old Englishman, leaving Newcastle to join Leeds for 13.8 million, and Joan Arias, 27-year-old Colombian, leaving Fluminense to join Wolverhampton Wanderers for 17 million euros. So those are actually we have some more. We have Jamie McDonnell, Northern Irishman, 21-year-old defensive midfielder, leaving Nottingham Forest under 21 to join Mansfield Town in League One on loan. Might be a few more. Let me see. Enzo Baranachea, I spoke about that one, 24-year-old defensive midfielder, leaving Aston Villa to join Benfica on loan, plus a 3 million euro fee. Let me see if there's any more right now. The Nanu Madueke deal from Chelsea to Arsenal, 55.4 million euros. That one is official. And I actually have something to share with you here on players that Mikel Arteta have bought from Chelsea to Arsenal. So let me see. I did save something, as if I could actually find it. Okay. So players Mikel Arteta signed from Chelsea for Arsenal. The latest is Nanu Madueke. Big money. Kepa, this season too, he was a Chelsea player, was on loan at Bournemouth, but they paid about £5 million for him. Last season, brought in Raheem Sterling on loan. That was like a waste loan. He brought in Kai Havertz from Chelsea. He's been okay, pretty okay. Scored goals. Jorginho from Chelsea to Arsenal. He's since departed. And he's brought in Willian from Chelsea over to Arsenal. And Willian, since I've left, played at Fulham 2 different stints. So those 6 players. And it seems as if Mikel Arteta is in love with signing Chelsea players. It's fair to say that Kai Havertz, he has been the most successful one so far. So big up to anybody watching, guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Talk to me in the comments. We'll definitely appreciate it. So Danilo, defensive midfielder from Nottingham Forest, he has joined Botafogo for 23 million. And Joe Hodge, 22-year-old defensive midfielder, he has left Wolverhampton Wanderers to join Tondela in the Liga Portugal for an undisclosed fee. There's a few that I may have missed, so just like to touch on these ones. Big up to the boy Marcel. Appreciate you coming through, checking out the live stream, showing support as usual, man. Big up. Much respect to you, man. So I think that's about it in terms. Okay, we have Jack Henry Francis, a defensive midfielder. He's 21, leaves Arsenal under 21 to join Shelburne in Irish Premier Division on a free transfer. So, yeah. Okay. You probably never heard of any of those other names in the future. These players are probably going to drift into obscurity. So let's talk, man. Let's talk about some of the confirmed deals and some of the rumors that I have here. I usually like to go on Fabrizio Romano's page, but I have a few here that I actually would like to touch on, and then I will go over to his Twitter to see if there's anything that I missed. You know, David Ornstein, Christian Falk, and a few other guys that I like to check out on Twitter. So Marcel said 100 subs loading, channel growing. Yeah, we at 85 subs. We only need 15 more to hit 100. It's growing, man. It's definitely growing, and I like to build new things. You know what I mean? It's hard work, and it's a bit discouraging at times, but you just gotta keep it going, man. You gotta keep it going, you know, and it'll once you keep going, it'll build. It'll build. You know, the magic number is, you know, to get monetized on YouTube is 500 subs now. They reduced the subs from 1,000 to 500, and they reduced the watch hours to 3,000 watch hours. So the more live streams I do, the more watch hours I'm gonna, you know, accumulate, and the thing is just gonna grow, and it's gonna get back to where my Dominic Rich FC channel was basically at. You know what I'm saying? So not really stressing myself about that. But I will start uploading content on that channel. I will start going live on that channel as well once I sort things out and, you know, got my time situated. So let's keep things going. So according to Fabrizio Romano, I saved this. This is on Reddit. Exclusive. Manchester City considering move for James Trafford to return to the club this summer, but only if one of their two main goalkeepers leaves. Contacts took place in recent days as Man City have buyback clause. This is why Newcastle deal is not yet sealed for James Trafford. So Newcastle is trying to sign James Trafford. And we're going to check out James Trafford. He's 22 years old. He's currently a Burnley player. And I think, let me see when City actually sold him to Burnley. So 2023. Summer of 2023, Man City sold him to Burnley for 17.3 million euros. I don't know what the buyback clause is looking like, but I'm pretty sure I'll run into that during this live stream, and I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on. He came through the youth ranks, and he's been going out on loan. He went out on loan to Accrington. He went out on loan to Bolton Wanderers, and then City sold him to Burnley. So he's played in League One. He's actually played. You see, the thing is, he's 22 years old, and he's highly rated. He played 78 games in League One. That's a lot of games to play in League One. 31 clean sheets, conceded 80 goals, almost a goal per game. Not bad. Not bad. In the championship, he's played 45 matches. And in the Premier League, he played 28 games that season when Burnley actually purchased him from City, and then they got relegated. I don't think that was the right move, in my opinion, to just bring up to just promote an under 21 goal. Even though he had experience in those lower leagues, Burnley should have, I don't know, they should have had a better plan. And under Vincent Kompany, they got relegated as soon as they came up. So, yeah, Paul James Trafford already had a baptism of fire, basically. So Marcel is saying, seems like you're finally getting your wish of Ederson leaving. Oh, man, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. It seems like he's on the way out. Definitely seems like he's on the way out, though. So, keep it moving. According to Christian Falk, in Luis Diaz, well, this is from yesterday, so I'll have another update. So, Luis Diaz has communicated to Bayern Munich yet again that he wants to join them. We expect about 80 million euros, that's 69.2 million pounds, will be required for Liverpool to entertain a first round of talks. So, yeah, that's another situation, man. Luis Diaz, Liverpool just need to free Luis Diaz. But I did watch a video on how Liverpool actually sign players and the players that they want to sell and so on and so forth. Like they like to sell. Liverpool like to buy players under 24 years old. That's what he was saying. They like to buy players under 24 years old because that's when they have the most potential. You could get the most bang for your buck. So you buy the player, you pay good money. You're not paying that was before, right? When they bought in Salah and Mane and these guys, they didn't pay a crazy amount of money for those players, and they got a lot out of those guys. Firmino and those guys, they got a lot out of them. I know Florian Wirtz, Liverpool had to pay top dollar, but that was kind of an exception. I know Darwin Núñez, a lot of money too. Didn't get, full, potential out of him, and that's why they're willing to sell him to try to make back some of the money and not be a total loss. So they also said that when players are at like a certain age, it's Liverpool just rather them see out their contract than sell them because for them it's more important to get the output out of the player. Something around that sort. So for Luis Diaz, he's not that old, but he's still got a lot to offer. So yeah, pretty much. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Leicester City in talks with Asmir Begovic as potential option with contract terms being discussed, deal on. Asmir Begovic, man, these guys are like devout number 2 goalkeepers. It seems like that's all they get signed up for. I know once upon a time, Begovic was actually number 1, I think, at might have been Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Everton, number 2 maybe. So Marcel is saying, I hope we accept that bid. That's good money for Diaz. Exactly. Could bring in a cheaper option, a younger player, unproven, nobody heard of him, you know what I mean? Bring in that player and then use the rest of the money to put in the bank and reinvest to make more money. You see what I mean? Not just hold on to the player if the player wants to leave and another team wants the player, you know what I mean? So Marcel says Salah and Virgil van Dijk only few exceptions to the rule because they are world class, deserve new contracts. Yeah, because Liverpool see that they can still get a lot of productivity out of those players, so that's why they give him new contracts. But the players who they look at and deem as, yeah, we've gotten a lot out of this player, let's let the contract run down and then let the player go, you know what I mean? Or sell the player for if a profit is there to be had. Guys like Wijnaldum, they got all the bang for their buck out of those players. Joel Matip comes to mind, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, all these guys, so smart stuff by Liverpool though. The turnover isn't big, at least not like a big turnover like at Chelsea. They always just turning over players. Not the case for Liverpool. So let's keep it moving. According to Fabrizio Romano, Olympique Marseille are close to getting Igor Pichal deal done as they improve their proposal to Feyenoord. The deal is close to the fee in excess of 30 million euros requested by the Dutch club. And the reason why I'm mentioning him, he has been linked with a move to a few Premier League clubs, but, seems like he's not coming to the Premier League. I think he's currently injured as well. So pretty much, yeah. So according to Mike McGraw, Liverpool's interest in Isak is long-standing, but Newcastle's owners will not accept anything lower than their valuation of 150. Wait. Let me go back. Let me rephrase that. All right. I think I skipped a few. I read ahead. According to Mike McGraw, Liverpool's interest in Isak is long-standing, but Newcastle's owners will not accept anything lower than the evaluation of the 25-year-old. That figure of £150 million would be a record fee for a player at a British club. So that's the money that they're going to hold out for. That's a lot of money. Really good player, but spending a lot for, if you look at what City got for Haaland compared to that, yeah. It's just, I see what Liverpool are doing. Liverpool said, you know what, man, you want a bit too much for Isak? They're just going for another version of Isak, Hugo Ekitike. Not quite the finished product, but has potential to get up there. So it's also been said that, according to Ben Jacobs, that Isak was left out of the lineup due to speculation surrounding him, and that's in Newcastle's warm-up game. But he said Eddie Howe confirms Isak was omitted from Newcastle's 4-0 loss to Celtic due to speculation over his future, adding he believes the Swedish striker won't be sold. And I quote, "It was my decision to leave out Isak. I decided to send him home due to all the speculation around him. The last thing he wanted was to be sat in the stands watching. That wasn't fair on him. But I am confident that he will be a Newcastle United player come the end of this window." And it says that Liverpool still intend to move if given any encouragement, whether now or future windows. So it's not just the summer transfer window. It's that Liverpool's interest is also for the future. Maybe in January, maybe next summer. He's getting older, so the appeal might not be there the older he gets. Maybe one more year, maybe at 27, he could still be attractive, we'll still get a good 3 years out of him. But, yeah. Reports say that Liverpool's interest is long-standing and not just for this window. So maybe if they don't get him, they'll try again next year. So let's see. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Evan Ferguson to AS Roma. Here we go. Deal agreed with Brighton on initial loan with €40 million buy option clause. Ferguson preferred Roma ahead of several clubs keen, and the agreement is now verbally between all parties. Brighton approved. New striker for Gasparini. So, yeah. So, more on Alexander Isak. Newcastle striker expected to stay with the Magpies by Eddie Howe despite Liverpool, Arsenal transfer interest. So, yeah, it's good for Newcastle fans. News today. I think I already read this one. I read this one out about Luis Diaz. Yeah. Luis Diaz told the Liverpool bosses that he wants to join Bayern. His second offer is planned. Diaz can sign contract until 2029 with an annual salary of €14 million gross. Meanwhile, Rodrigo is not a priority at Bayern. The deal would be too expensive for the Munich club. So, yeah. And news also came out that Barcelona interested in taking Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. I doubt the player would actually do that, join Barcelona after being a Real Madrid player for, quite some time. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that, though, And Barcelona, I'm going to get to it. They've signed Marcus Rashford. I'm going to get to that one pretty soon. So, yeah, I don't think Rodrigo is actually going to, yeah. So this one is interesting. I actually made a YouTube short on this one. The Bryan Mbeumo deal, right? I think I made a report about this yesterday. That Man United reached agreement with Brentford to sign Bryan Mbeumo. Deal between clubs struck at £65 million, guaranteed, plus up to £6 million in add-ons. 4 installments. 26-year-old forward only wanted Man United move from Brentford, now being finalized, and that's according to the Athletic FC. I was browsing on Facebook and I saw, like one of them pages, they drop like football memes, and they said that Man United are paying £70 million for a player who only had 1 year left on his contract. And I did not realize that he only had 1 year left. And Brian Mbeumo's contract expires next summer, just like Ibrahima Konate. And I'm pretty sure that Real Madrid would not pay £70 million for Ibrahima Konate, even though they want him. So it's kind of weird, like these clubs got Man United in a vice grip, in a chokehold. Because where in the world have you seen teams buy a player in the last year of their contracts for $70 million? Usually, because there's only 1 year left in the contract, the player might not even be keen on signing a new deal if interests are coming from another club. And then if you want the player, you might end up paying 10 to 15, 20 million the most for the player, but not 70. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. So, guys, I have an article here. This one from Transfermarkt. It's just a graphic. And it said most expensive strikers in the Premier League. So, most expensive strikers in Premier League history. And we have the top 10 here. We're going to go in from number 10. All right. 1 second. I want to save this picture. All right, if you're watching a live stream, if you're watching a replay, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Definitely appreciate that. So, most expensive strikers in Premier League history. Let's start at 10. Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth to Spurs, 64 million euros, and that's in summer of 24-25. That was actually last summer. 64 million euros. Alvaro Morata coming in at number 9. 2017-18, 66 million euros from Real Madrid to Chelsea. So it's fair to say that Solanke, he's been rather okay. He didn't really light up the league or anything, but he did pretty okay. He's 27 years old now. He did really good for Bournemouth. And, Tottenham took the gamble on him. I wish I had the goals and stuff, and it'll take too much time to really go down that rabbit hole. But he did decent. Morata, it's fair to say he was a flop. Definitely. I could recall that. I don't even need to go into records or anything. Morata was a flop. Number 8, Alexander Isak from Real Sociedad to Newcastle United, 70 million euros. And he's been a hit because he's still at Newcastle, banging him in for fun. And he's garnered interest from Liverpool, Arsenal, amongst other clubs. And could be the most expensive player, not just striker, in Premier League history. Then we have number 7, Kai Havertz from Chelsea to Arsenal, 75 million euros. Yeah, he's been okay. He's been okay. I can't call him a flop, but Arsenal ain't win a title or anything. Yeah, they ain't win nothing under Kai Havertz. So he could definitely do something better, like maybe next season, who knows, help Arsenal win the title. Then at number 6, we have Omar Marmoush from Eintracht Frankfurt to Manchester City, 75 million euros. And it's fair to say that Omar Marmoush has definitely hit the ground running from the Bundesliga to the Premier League, and he's definitely scored some really great goals and important goals for Manchester City. Number 5, we have Rasmus Højlund, 2023-24 from Atalanta to Man United, 85 million euros. That's robbery. That is robbery, man. That is robbery. He's not live up to expectations, and I think last season's, he had about 3 goals, if that many, so not good. Not good. Man United are actually looking to sell him after 2 seasons. So that is not good. His current market value is 35 million. And it's fair to say that Rasmus Højlund has been a flop. So his stats, let me get his stats for you. So his Premier League stats are 62 Premier League matches, 14 goals, 3 assists. Yeah, he needed about, let's say, 20 more goals for that to be respective, in my opinion. So let me see. Yeah, I actually tried to check out his stats from last season, but let me see his stats from last season. I need to see what he did last season for sure. Like, I want to give you the correct numbers. So he played 32 matches last season, and he scored 4 goals in the Premier League. Better return in the Europa League, 15 matches, 6 goals. First season in the league, he played 30 matches, 10 goals. Not bad. So Man United, they were actually expecting an improvement, but he actually saw a decline, and he played similar amount of minutes. So first season, he scored 16 goals. Second season, he scored only 10 goals for the whole season. So not good. Flop. Number 4, Kai Havertz again from Bayer Leverkusen to Chelsea, 80 million euros. So it's fair to say that he flopped at Chelsea, or else he still would have been a Chelsea player. So that did not work out. I remember when Liverpool fans were going crazy over Kai Havertz, man. Kai Havertz, Kai Havertz. I guess they got their version of Kai Havertz through Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, right? It's fair to say. So Kai Havertz seemingly have been around forever. He's played 151 Premier League matches and scored 41 goals, picking up 22 assists. He's not an out-and-out striker, but still, he's been played in that position. So it's expected that he'd do better. But it's fair to him, his numbers, just decent, guys. Last season, only 23 Premier League matches, got injured. 9 goals, 3 assists. The previous season for Arsenal, 37 matches, 13 goals, 8 assists. For Chelsea, 35 matches, 7 goals. First season for Chelsea, 29 games, 8 goals. Yeah, that was the second season. The first season, he actually played 27 games and scored 4 goals. Terrible, man. Terrible returns. Terrible returns from Kai Havertz. Number 3 on the list, Romelu Lukaku. From Everton to United, 85 million euros. Fair to say that, he flopped. I don't know what it is with Lukaku, though. I don't know what it is, though. Don't know what it is, because the thing is, when he made those big money moves, like let's say he went from Everton to United, didn't really work out, like big marquee signing, didn't work out. But then when he went to Inter, he won the league. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. The Lukaku situation is just so crazy. So didn't do well when he made his big money move. And then, bam. I don't know why his name ain't popping up. Come on, man. Lukaku. Oh, yeah. I put Lukuku. And there's a player by the name of Lukuku. So Romelu Lukaku, he's only 32 years old these days. So let me pull up his records. So he's already won 2 Scudettos. Think he won 1 with Inter and 1 with Napoli last season, right? This is nuts. The Romelu Lukaku situation is nuts. Let me see something. Yeah. All right, so the Lukaku situation, right? Last season, 36 games, 14 goals. Previous season, that was for Napoli. Then the previous season, he was at Roma. 32 games, 13 goals. Previous season, he was at Inter. 25 matches, 10 goals. And then the previous season, he was in the Premier League with Chelsea in 21-22, where he played 26 games, only scored 8 times. And then the season before that, he was actually at Inter. That was the season where they won the title. He scored 24 goals in 36 matches. So he's had 2 separate stints at Inter. And let me see. You go back 36 matches, 23 goals. That was his first season over there in Italy. So he's had 2 really good seasons with Inter. He's going 24 and 23 goals. While at Man United, well, he played there for, let me see, I think that was 2 seasons. First season, 16 goals from 36 matches, 34 matches. And then the second season, 12 goals from 32 matches. So I think there was something, I can't remember exactly what happened, but there was some type of interview or something that he did, if I'm not mistaken. And he talked some shit, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't bad numbers. It wasn't terrible. But for the money that they paid for him, they expected a better return. Because while he was at Everton, he had 25 and 18 goal season. He was doing pretty good at Everton, you know what I mean? He was banging him in at Everton. He was doing well at West Brom, so yeah. But fair to say that Lukaku has been a flop after moving to United and Chelsea, but over in Italy, he's a hit. Just weird. It just shows that sometimes it's not you, it's just your location. Just change your location, you might see better results. Number 2 on the most expensive striker list, Darwin Núñez, 85 million from Benfica to Liverpool. He has definitely been a flop. There's no doubt about it. He's flopped big time. Liverpool already trying to get rid of him from 22-23, and we only in 25. So Liverpool say, hey, man, yeah, this ain't looking good. Not working out. Let's get him sold. And moved to Napoli, collapsed, and it seems like he might be on his way to Saudi Arabia. And number 1 on the list, Romelu Lukaku from Inter to Chelsea for 113 million. So Chelsea, the thing is, right, bam, went to United, didn't do well. Didn't do well. So went over to Inter for a cut price deal. Let me actually find the details of that deal. Let me tell you guys exactly how much that deal was worth. So Chelsea to Inter. So let me see. From Man United to Inter, Inter paid 74 million for Lukaku after United paid 84 million. So United didn't really lose too much. United say, hey, man, 2 years later, whoa, let's bite the bullet here and get rid of this guy. Went to Inter, did well, and then Inter sold him to Chelsea for 113 million euros. So the thing is, he had the great seasons at Inter, and Chelsea was like, whoa, we got to get this guy. Bought him, didn't work out. Did not work out. So he remained a Chelsea player and was loaned back to Inter, was loaned to AS Roma from Chelsea as well, and then Chelsea sold him to Napoli in 2024, summer 2024. That was last year for 30 million euros. And to be fair to Napoli, they actually got their freaking money's worth by winning the Scudetto. So big up to Spirit of LFC fans that says, hi everyone, how are you? Liverpool need Guehi 40 million, Ekitike for 80 million, Shada for 30 million. Shada won't be a bad signing at left wing, because, he did pretty well across the last couple of seasons. So that won't be a bad deal at all. So those are the most expensive strikers in the Premier League. So John Textor creates new company based in the Cayman Islands to rebuy Botafogo and Molenbeek and separate them from Eagle Holding. You know that whole thing with Eagle Holding and John Textor and these things. Yeah, these businessmen are gonna do what they need to do to, to just, make money, basically. So, according to Mike Keegan, Crystal Palace are expected to demand full disclosure of what they believe are bombshell emails and texts between UEFA and Nottingham Forest, which they believe could prove double standards have been applied over their European demotion. So, according to Court Offside, it's been said that Barcelona, AC Milan, Al Hilal, and Al Nassr are interested in the 26-year-old Liverpool and Uruguay forward Darwin Núñez. So, yeah, let's see where Núñez would actually end up, though. Let's see. So, Marcel is saying surely Brentford won't let all three of their best players go. They might get relegated. But I've been talking about this. I've been talking about Brentford's potential relegation next season because you can't let go Mbeumo, Wissa, Norgard, and Thomas Frank at that and think you're gonna appoint one of your backroom coaches and you're gonna stay up. It ain't happening. If they pull it off, man, I commend them. I really commend them if they pull it off. Seriously. So, yes, you talked about that, Marcel, but I'm coming up on an article, right? Brian Mbeumo and Wissa transfer news. Brentford unlikely to sell both amid Man United, Spurs, Newcastle, and Forest interests. But let's see. Let's see. I think they'll actually sell both of them. If Johan Wissa gets a move, a potential bid, he would want to go because guess what? Guess what it is, guys? Champions League football. If Spurs goes in for Johan Wissa, he's going to want the move because he's going to want to play in the Champions League. That's the thing. He's not going to care what happened to Brentford. That's not his business. That's not his business. He's going to want to go. So confirmed deal, according to Fabrizio Romano, Anton Stach to Leeds United. Here we go. Agreement done with Hoffenheim. Final fee in excess of 20 million euros, 4-year contract, and documents set to be signed. So Leeds United bulking up, man. Bulking up. So, yeah. So Steve Parish confirms Crystal Palace will challenge demotion from Europa League. We're very hopeful, he said. So, yeah, I did talk about the fact that Galatasaray have made, this is one of the topics of this video too. Galatasaray have made an offer of 3 million euros, 2.6 million pounds for Manchester City and Brazil goalkeeper Ederson, who is 31 years old. So, very decorated career at Manchester City, but he has to go. Ederson has to go. I don't care what nobody say. Ederson, you got to go. You got to go. You ain't been good enough. Market value currently at 20 million euros. And in terms of what he has left on his contract, let me double check to give you guys proper information. 1 year left on his contract. So that's what I'm saying. So Galatasaray knows the situation. And I think for City, we could take some money. You know what I mean? Take some money. Take 5 mil. Take 5 to 6, 7 mil and use that money and sign a couple youth players for the academy. You see what I mean? And get rid of Ederson. But the thing is, right? The thing about the Ederson situation is it seems as if James Trafford may come in as the number one. But I don't know if Pep Guardiola is going to push James Trafford ahead of Ortega. I don't know if he's going to make Ortega the number one, James Trafford the number two, Bettinelli the number three. You see what I mean? So I don't know yet. I really don't know what's going to happen, So just to run through a few of the things, let me see. So FIFA, according to the Daily Mail, FIFA have officially announced Chelsea as first ever world champions, as they have renamed all previous winners of the tournament to FIFA Intercontinental Champions. So yeah, it's fair. Chelsea are world champions. We're gonna have to deal with that for the next 4 years. So according to Florian Plettenberg, Colombian and Liverpool winger Luis Diaz had told the club that he wants to join Bayern Munich. Liverpool rejected an approach earlier this week. UEFA warns Chelsea and Aston Villa on inflated player swap deals. Some rivals have viewed such deals as a way of artificially increasing transfer income to help comply with profit and sustainability rules, and UEFA revealed that it knocked back the value of at least one deal involving both Chelsea and Aston Villa. So yeah, let's see. And I see Ian Matson on the picture there, so who knows? So the whole James Trafford thing, let me check the Fabrizio Romano page and I'll have more information as I wind down today's stream. So yeah. So PSV will earn some 1.4 million euro from the Madueke sale to Arsenal through solidarity payments. PSV thus earns around 36.5 million from a player who signed on a free from Tottenham in the 2018-19 season. All right, so let me see. Yeah, let me go over on Twitter right now as we look to land the plane. I gotta go out. I gotta go somewhere. Big up to the boy Jordan Hyman if you're still in here. I gotta head out soon, so I just wanted to make sure I get this done. Definitely. So let me see. Fabrizio. All right. So let's go. 3 hours ago. Fresh. Liverpool are closing in on Hugo Ekitike deal with Eintracht Frankfurt as new bid has been submitted. Package worth up to 90 million euros, with add-ons also part of the proposal being structured between the two clubs. Ekitike has full agreement with Liverpool on a 6-year contract. So Liverpool fans, you're happy. I know you're about to get another striker paying big money. You know, Darwin Núñez about to leave. So Liverpool are looking to make some money from Darwin Núñez, potentially help, bringing in Ekitike. But I don't think they need the Darwin Núñez money to make the deal happen. It'll just make more sense if you get the Darwin Núñez deal done and, use the money to like a straight swap, if you understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, I've been talking about this all summer, basically, talking about the player. And it seems as if he's finally going to be a Liverpool man and not a Newcastle or wherever else he was linked to, Chelsea. So yeah, congratulations to the Liverpool fans as you're going to have a new player. Got Florian Wirtz, you got Frimpong, you got Mamadashvili coming in, you got left back there, what's his name, Milos Kerkez, Florian Wirtz, you name it, man. A lot of players. Am I missing anybody? Adding to the McAllisters and the Gravenbergs and the Szoboszlais that you just brought in recently. Oh, god damn. Huh. So Kalen Code Kadamateri leaves Sheffield Wednesday and joins the Manchester City Academy. Under 16 talent completes his move after 5-step process has been approved by the Premier League. So another youngster. Man City have been signing a lot of these youngsters to the academy, man. A lot of them. All right, so we got the Marcus Rashford situation. Let's touch on that. So breaking Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. Here we go. Verbal agreement in principle between all parties involved, with Barca planning for medical tests next days. Loan deal with buy option. Details being finalized today when Man United will authorize his travel to Spain. And I think I read something that Barcelona would actually pay his entire salary. I don't know what that salary looks like these days, if it's a reduced salary or if it was his old Man United salary. I'm not sure. It got to be the old Man United salary because if he's still contracted under Man United and he's going out on loan, his salary thus remains the same, right? So yeah, pretty much. So just want to see if there's anything else that I need to actually touch on. All right, yeah. So Manchester City expect Galatasaray approach with opening bid for Ederson soon. So the bids that we have been hearing are probably just reports. Talks already ongoing with the Brazilian goalkeeper while club-to-club negotiations are yet to start. Man City working on James Trafford as new goalkeeper. Don't know if it's going to be number one, though. That's the thing. Don't know what's going to happen. So Kyle Walker-Peters just completed his medical at West Ham. 3-year deal confirmed, deal done since Friday. So, yeah. Big move, man. Big move. That's a good move. Good move. So let me see if there's anything else I need to actually touch on. Something that might slip through the cracks. So Armand Lauriente on his way to England to sign at Sunderland after €20 million deal agreed yesterday. So his agent and the player was actually pictured in a plane, a private jet flying over. So let me see if there's anything. But big up Marcel, big up everybody, big up Jordan Hyman who came through. Jordan, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. We'll definitely appreciate that. So Renato Vieira still expected to leave Chelsea this summer with permanent move anticipated since June. Atletico Madrid, Bayern, and Premier League clubs are all in the race to sign Vieira. Understood. Chelsea won package of over €40 million for Vieira while talks with clubs continue. So, yeah. Let me see if there's anything else here to talk about before we land the plane. I want to keep the live streams going, man. You know what I mean? I just want to keep things going, and keep building. See what I mean? That's how you build. That's how you build up momentum, man, with consistency. All right, so I think that's about it. And that's about it in terms of, okay, so, all right, so more on James Trafford and Manchester City. Contacts between Man City and Burnley have already started with City want to negotiate fee lower than that buyback clause worth £40 million. Deal also depends on Ortega or Ederson exit. We've already talked about Ederson making an exit though, so I don't know. I'm not feeling confident with James Trafford as the number one, though. You know what I mean? I'm just not confident, man. I would have liked a Diego Costa, man. I'm not feeling confident. I'm not. Sad, but I'm not feeling confident going into the next season with the goalkeeper situation at all. It is what it is. Might just have to settle for third again. Maybe a fourth place, maybe barely sneaking in for Champions League, who knows. But best believe it's going to be a hell of a season. I plan to do Champions League coverage as well, you do live streams and, so on and so forth. Whether it's late in the night or whatever, we going to be doing Champions League. I want to be a bit more consistent with the new channel because it's something to do. It's something to keep you grounded. And it's something to keep your mind occupied and off the things that you're not supposed to be doing. You see what I mean? Because sometimes we be doing things we're not supposed to be doing. So if you're doing this, you can't be doing the other things. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So, guys, pretty much it. Thanks a lot for tuning in to yet another one. We went 54 minutes for this stream. Not bad. Appreciate everybody who actually came out and support the thing. Didn't have a large turnout today. But it is what it is, man. You gotta struggle. You gotta struggle to get to where you want to get to. And I've been there, done that. So I know how it is. So the channel is the thing about the channel. The channel is not, I don't think the algorithm is picking up the channel yet. It's not picked up the channel. They don't know what the channel is about. That's why I'm putting more and more content out. A lot of the YouTube shorts so that the channel could build an identity so that the algorithm could know what to do with the channel and start recommending the channel to, next to other videos. You see what I mean? So that's where I get most of my traction on the Dominic Rich FC channel, by recommended videos. When I check my analytics, it's not the subscribers. The subscribers don't come. Subscribers don't watch the videos. It's the recommended. There might be your subscribers watching other videos and then see you and watch yours, but it's not like a bunch of your notifications coming up and people coming in. That's not the case. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Yet another one. I'm your boy, Dom. This is Total Football Uncut. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Talk soon, man. See y'all.